What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekly Nintendo Class vs. Crass podcast. I had a shitty meal, I have some shitty wine, I have a shitty haircut, and a shitty co-host. So it's going to be a wonderful night. I'm your host, Jason Lapine, and joining me tonight, Shawn Long, the other host.
I love this. This is great. Um,
Finally,
I
you
don't,
laugh at one of my intros. Thank you.
I, I don't even know what to say. What to say to that?
Welcome to Class vs. Crass.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
This is your weekly Nintendo podcast where we usually always go. We do have a format here. We're going to change it up a little bit tonight. Here are the ground rules of the show. So it's going to be 1 hour. We're going to wrap it up before Game of Thrones so you guys can get to watching that, as I imagine many of you do watch that. Um, Format of the show, Shawn and I usually go over what have we been playing over the past week. We discuss our play sessions, what we like, what we don't like. Can be new games, old games, whatever. Then we get into the major headlines. So the big one that we're going to be talking about in length will be Star Fox Zero discussion, obviously, because the game came out last week, as well as Star Fox Guard. Although I don't know how much Shawn can talk about that because you haven't played it, right?
No, I need to buy it.
All right, so that might not go much anywhere. So we're going to get into some Nintendo headlines. There aren't that many last week, so we will be spending a significant amount of time talking about E3 because hey, last year on Class vs. Crass we were talking about E3 for like 5 months before, and here we are a month and a half, and we have not had a single Class vs. Crass episode yet this year where we've spent that much time talking about it. So we're going to do some E3 predictions tonight. And then we do the lightning round at the end. The last 10, 15 minutes of the show is dedicated to everybody here in the chat to take your questions, topics, and we just toss it up to either Shawn or myself and we talk about it. So, sound good with you?
East.
All right, let's get started. For anyone here who might be a wine enthusiast, here's my little warning to you. So this little baby right here, little Portuguese wine, terrible, terrible wine. It's just not making my day. Along with some Popeyes, just not good. That's what's ruining my night. All right, Shawn. So you want to get us started? What have you been playing?
Um. Um. Sega 3D Classics Collection. I've been playing that. That came in yesterday. I think it did. Um. And yes, I already did the review on it because I'm already familiar with most of the games. Um. That and some Star Fox and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition on the PS4.
I am so glad that you're finally touching up on Tomb Raider.
That's one of the best games I've ever played.
It's one of my favorites. Unfortunately, it's not a Nintendo game though.
I know, but I'm still gonna talk about it.
It is, yeah. All right. So first of all, shoutouts to anyone in the room. Does anybody in the chat have you guys picked up Star Fox Zero over the weekend? Have you played it? Because it's going to be way more interesting if we can get more opinions on whether anyone here enjoyed what they're playing, if they like it, hate it, love it, like it, meh. Great, we got D-Dave saying Star Fox is awesome. No wine enthusiast here. All right, so my thoughts, I pretty much shared them in the official review for Nintendo Enthusiasts. I gave the game an 8 out of 10 for Star Fox Zero. We're just going to get right into it. Is that cool with you, Sean? Because
That's fun.
that's all I played last week, I think. Let me think. Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard. Yeah, that's all I played. Um, I love it. I thought I thought it was a great step forward for the franchise, and it really makes you reflect on how good the franchise actually is. Which overall, I'm saying it's not that good because people were saying we had an article that even said Star Fox Zero is getting better than Star Fox Assault, and you kind of look at the whole perspective of the series. There's only 5 games in the Star Fox franchise, 6 with Star Fox Zero, 7 if you count Guard. Pretty weak franchise when you compare it to everything else. But I really loved what they did with Star Fox Zero. Um, but I want you to share your thoughts more because you've been mum on it for the last 3 weeks due to embargo rules.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like a lot of people are bitching about the controls or whatever. My in my opinion, if you have a problem with the controls, like you're just not good at video games. Like like I told you when I played it, like I had no problems with the controls. Like the first day I got it, I was all like, okay, this is gonna be, you know, crazy. It's gonna be tough, whatever. And then like I beat the first couple levels, and I messaged you, and I was like, well, what's the problem with the controls here? And you're like, I don't know, you not having any problems? Like, no, it's fine. Like, it feels fine to me. It feels like an extension of Star Fox because Star Fox is a franchise that doesn't really have an identity to begin with, anyways. Because, I mean, aside from the two that everyone likes to put on a pedestal, Star Fox on the Super Nintendo and Star Fox 64, every other game has been completely different. Star Fox Adventure, Star Fox Command was a real time strategy game. Star Fox Assault was kind of a mixture of different genres. So, I mean, it's not like it has a definitive thing to begin with. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, the only thing I don't like is that there's no multiplayer. I still think that's kind of bullshit. I would have loved just some, dog fights in the air or whatever. I think it could have been really fun. But, as a $50 game, it's good. There's a lot of shit to unlock. There's a lot of different courses, a lot of different paths to take and stuff. I mean, you got to figure, like, people say that they want single player only games. How long is a single player only game going to last you? Like 10 to 15 hours, maybe.
I would say that's a
On
standard.
That's this kind of the standard. So, I mean, it's falling in line with the standard in my opinion. So, whatever.
And that's where I disagree with you. Although I agree with everything else, I love the game. I love the controls, and we're going to talk about the controls because I'm already seeing some comments here, like Nicholas saying forcing you to use the gamepad is shit, and a lot of people are saying how to use the gamepad is shit. But a lot of the people that I saw purchase the game, actually, we're getting to the controls right now. People who bought the game over the weekend, they're saying, you don't even look at the gamepad that often, and I that was one of the things I was trying to bring out in the review to point out is that yeah, like I don't know how do you play, Sean? Do you look at the gamepad that much? I'm saying maybe 10 to 20% of the time I will look down on the gamepad. The rest of the time it's like Splatoon. I'm moving the gamepad around to aim. I'm not looking at it.
See, I'm completely different. I was on the gamepad most of the time. And that's the
Really?
way I liked it. I would be on the gamepad and then I would glance up at the screen, but I mostly played on the gamepad.
And that's another thing that I love. Hearing a lot of people are all there's so many ways to play this game that you can really build it around your own play style. And that's why I think it would have been such a boom in value if we could have had multiplayer, because then you would have had everybody kind of playing, on their own rules, on their own styles. And I imagine that would have shown through somehow in the gameplay. But the other point was the value. You're saying this is easy to put $50 down, and I disagree. I think it's a very hard. Even myself being a fan of Star Fox, and Star Fox games are all short pretty much. Uh, I find it really hard to tell someone that yes, you're going to get your money's worth getting Star Fox Zero, simply because yes, it's a good game. I can, I enjoyed my time with it, but I beat the game within 3 hours, and I was not trying to burst through it. And I had everything unlocked, all the bonus content within, I think I said 5 or 6 hours. And like that was me playing all the content, unlocking everything. All
Did you get all
there's
the medals?
no, but what is that fun? Not to me. It's just it's harder. I'm still playing it, but it's a
See,
lot.
that's the thing is Star Fox once again going back to the two main Star Fox games, Star Fox and Star Fox 64. They were the same style. They were the same. They weren't.
They
They
were.
weren't long-lasting games. The reason you played those games you played them over and over because it was fun as shit, and you wanted to try something a little different. You wanted to beat your high score or whatever, and that's kind of what what this is. It's not. I don't think Star Fox Zero meant to bring in new people to the franchise. I think this is once again start the tally. Spade a spade. Number one. Um,
This is a
Basically,
spade to
this is
spade
Nintendo's
podcast.
way of saying, "Hey, the Wii U's probably starting to cool down. It's probably on its way out. Here's a Star Fox game that's like what a lot of you guys grew up on. Simple as that."
Well, I mean, this game wasn't it in development since the Wii?
Debatably, yes.
Yeah, but okay, Star Fox and Star Fox 64. I mean, those were games of their time. It wasn't that uncommon to get a game that would last you 3 hours back on the SNES, not counting RPGs. Um, but 20 years
Or
late,
side scrollers.
or what, sorry?
side scroller. Super Mario World wasn't a 3 hour game. Super Metroid wasn't a 3 hour game.
Well,
A
well,
lot of a lot of Super Nintendo games were not 3 hour games. What were
anyways,
fighting games?
I
Fighting
I'm
games are still that way.
I don't think a Star Fox game in that model works for 2015. When you're looking at $50 for that experience or $50 for like Tomb Raider, how far are you into Tomb Raider? And you
A
paid a
couple
hell of a lot
hours.
less than $50 for that,
Well, that was on sale.
of course. But when you compare Star Fox Zero to its competitors, it's very hard to justify value, in my opinion,
So if it's so hard to justify value, why'd you give it an 8?
because
Bam!
because it's a good game.
Oh, okay.
It's a good game. I'm just saying, is it worth $50? I don't feel that the price point should really play. And this is another topic, and I'd like to hear your opinion on it. I don't think the price point should really play into the review, because the price point will vary over time. The game should not, even though that's debatable too with patches and all that.
I no, I always factor in price. Always.
Really?
Always. You have to, in my opinion.
See, I don't.
I always do. That's why okay, because look at a game like Legend of K. Legend of K, if that was a $60 game, it wasn't whatever I gave it, an 8, 8.5 or something. But as a $20 game, hell yeah, that was worth. You have to, in my opinion, you have to. That's just because I mean, then you're saying that you know, flap and go Zagata or whatever the fuck. If it's a penny
Hmm.
on the eShop, am I going to get a penny's worth of value out of this game? Yes, I do feel. Is it true that Game Explainer
Yeah,
owns
that's
it?
what I'm laughing at. Shut up, Dylan.
Um,
No, it's not.
Star Fox, it's not supposed to be a AAA game. Nobody said it was a AAA game.
I
It's a
consider it a
good,
AAA
it,
game.
it's a good game. It's not a great game. It's a 7 or an 8. It is what it is.
It is.
Whatever.
But back to the price point. I mean, I do think that there are some reviews that can be, and I don't hate on reviewers that are including price, but I think that there's room to judge a game on just the game without the price point attached, because the price point is essentially a marketing decision. And like, are you gonna should we factor the whole marketing campaign like in a review? I mean, the review should be reflective of the game, not what the marketing department
Price,
is.
no, price is part of the game. I'm talking about day one price. I'm not talking about price 5 months down the road. Is this game worth $60? Is this game because in that instance I should have given Splatoon a 10 because Splatoon was not worth $60 day one. It wasn't. Period.
Okay. It,
So so you have to factor that in my opinion.
It's an interesting. I don't think we're going to agree on anything. This is a part where we disagree. But what do you guys think in the chat? Do you guys think reviewers should include price point in their reviews, or do you think it should be something that's like, hey, by the way, at this price, this is what the game scores? Or do you think the price should not be part of a game review?
It always should. And sometimes I'll even specify like okay, like look at my Sega 3D Classics review. I explicitly put that some people may not feel that it's worth a $29.99 value
Hmm.
because of the game selection. If you don't like arcade Sega games, you might not feel that you got your values worth. I do because Power Drift is the greatest thing I've never played.
Hmm.
And then you got Sonic, you got Altered Beast, which is okay. You got Galaxy Force 2, which is really fun. Kind of, it's almost Star Fox-ish, actually. Um, you've got Puyo Puyo 2, which I think is the first time it was released in North America. Then you got 2 bonus games. So I mean, if the list of games doesn't interest you, then you need to know.
So it's interesting because there seems to be the same kind of separation in the chat. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. So some people do expect the price, seems like a fair amount, but there's also a decent amount of people who are saying the price is irrelevant in the review.
But if it's different, yes, of course, 5 or 6 years down the line, it will change. But you're not reviewing the game 5 or 6 years down the line.
Hmm.
You're playing it now, today, when it's at its price. I feel you have to factor that in because you're essentially saying a game's value. So like Armillo is a better value than Shovel Knight. That was one
That
of the
wasn't a
main.
review though. That was
but one of the main points of that was price.
Yeah, part of that argument video was to bring attention to a game which I felt wasn't getting enough views on
I
it.
don't I don't really want to discuss it. I was just using that as a because it was
Uh,
an easy example.
mhm. I was waiting for it, honestly. All right. I don't know. That's something I'm gonna think up more. Maybe we can have I don't know, more pros cons debate over it. Um, the next big thing though, unless any other thoughts you had on this, or can we move on?
Um, no, we kind of just went off on a tangent about price.
Yeah, I mean it's fair because I did mention in my review I was like one big con is I don't feel that the price is justified because of the content.
So you do care about price in a review.
I'll mention it. I think it's worth touching on, but I didn't let the score get fat. Like I gave that score on the experience that was offered, not on the experience to the dollar. And like
Okay.
I don't think you see that in other industries either. Correct me if I'm wrong, dude. Would you see that in a movie where it's like, oh yeah, this movie's an 8 out of 10. Oh, but you got to pay
It's completely
30.
different apples to oranges. It's completely different
All right,
apples to
so let's not go
oranges.
down that road. But the other thing that came out last week was the Star Fox short, which came out Thursday, I think, which was a fun little 15-minute one. If you haven't seen it yet, it is on the Nintendo YouTube channel. Uh, and it's a story sort of before Star Fox Zero where it takes place. Sean just watched it about a half hour before this show started. Sean, what did you think of it? Is it still just for 12-year-olds?
No, it was good. It was good fan service, much like the game. Like that whole video was fan service.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But I mean, I think that ties in to the actual game itself as well. But yeah, it was good. I expected it to be stupid, honestly. Um, I do wish it was actually like longer and had more episodes and shit.
Hmm.
I wish they'd do like a
Um,
whole video, like a whole movie. I would
right.
watch it. I didn't care for the animation style because it was very anime. But
It was all right. I felt the tone, they hit it right. Like they were hitting all the notes good. Like there was a good amount of comedy. The action was good. The story, well, the story is the story. It's always kind of blah. But more comedy than I expected.
yeah, it was really well done. I thought.
Hmm. And a lot of fun Easter eggs in there too. One that I pointed out to you just before. So did you know what this Star Fox Super Weekend cart was?
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Okay, so I had only heard of it the first time after watching that. So for anyone who didn't know, in the Star Fox short, you'll see Falco playing a Star Fox game, which looks a lot like the SNES version because it is. But because you see a screen with Slippy popping up saying like "Time's up" or "Game over," that's actually unique to the Star Fox Super Weekend cart, which was a cart that was shipped, I think, to Nintendo Power subscribers. If I'm not mistaken.
No,
It was.
comp- as a reward or something, the competition cart was was used as a competition thing.
Which
Used in
which was hosted by Nintendo Power.
yes, yes, yes.
Right. And it was basically you got a single player game mode, 5 minutes to play the first four stages, I think. Corneria, Asteroid Stage, Extra Rings, and other bonus systems. So that was fun. Fun bit of trivia there.
Yeah, those things are hella expensive nowadays, like 500-600 bucks.
Whoa, really? Well, I guess they're
Yeah,
rare. Yeah.
yeah, they're super rare.
Just like Earthbound, there's not a lot of Earthbound cards out there. So
Actually,
actually, what?
it's not rare.
I know. Are you gonna link your video?
I can.
Look at that.
Uh,
Dave watches Star Fox fan porn. Awesome,
Of
dude.
course he does.
All right.
He has a good Star Fox collection.
Who, D Dave?
Yeah.
That's good. So on the other game that was released last week was Star Fox Guard. Sean can't talk about it because he didn't play it. We reviewed it a 9 out of 10, but I personally think that was scored a little high. But I tease Jonathan a lot that he tends to score his games high. That's just my thoughts on him. Do you have any impressions, Sean, on Star Fox Guard? Like, does it intrigue you in any way?
Yeah, I mean for 15 bucks because price matters. I will pick it up at some point whenever probably when I finish Tomb Raider. I could see myself moving on to that. pending I don't have a million reviews going on,
Yeah. Come on, get that cigarette. Yeah, that's another good point. I think Jonathan did bump it up to a 9 because it was a $15 game.
which is fine.
It's a fun game. I like it. I think it's gee, I guess I'm being hypocritical here because yes, it is a better value than Star Fox Zero in my opinion.
Oh,
But is it a better
much like
game? No.
much like Armillo is a better value than
I'm never gonna live that one down, am
no.
I? But yeah, Star Fox Guard is pretty fun. It has a very unique, it's a very new gameplay, and I think it works very well on the gamepad. Like that's a really good use of the gamepad mechanic. Basically, you have your 15 cameras, your 15 camera view on the screen, and then you've got your map on the gamepad, and you have to actually touch which camera you want to move to on the TV, and that's what you can shoot robots coming in. You have to protect your core from all these different types of robots. A lot of variety in the level design and the robot designs. I'm only on the third world, and I think I've only seen half of the robots the game has to offer. So I'm surprised. Like the last time Star Fox Guard was shown to anyone was at E3 2 years ago, and they've really added a lot to the game since then. And the online mode, like that, I don't get that. They freaking put online for Star Fox Guard, but Zero doesn't get online.
No, that doesn't make sense to me either.
Yeah, like you'd figure, okay, I'm not a developer, so I might be talking out of line here, but all the gameplay is program coded for Star Fox Zero. I assume that the big hurdle to get that to work multiplayer is basically just get the servers running. Well, if they have servers for Guard, was it that much harder to get to the multiplayer stage for Zero?
Um, what do I feel about PlayStation Neo? I don't know. I mean, you would have to add in a new mode, I guess, and judging by the development issues of the single player, maybe they were just constrained on time.
Maybe. I do hope that we would see a patch. Although
I wouldn't hold your breath.
I know it's not looking good, especially with all the death of the Wii U being proclaimed. We're probably not going to see much more support for any other game.
Except
Um,
Splatoon.
it's terrible. So you already talked about your Sega 3D Classics collections, right?
I could talk about it a little more.
Yeah, so that's another big release. That was released last week, right?
Yes. This was not a review copy, although I know someone with a much smaller channel than ours that was like he commented when I showed a picture of it, he was like, "Oh, did blah blah from Sega hook you up?" And I was like, "No, I bought this." And he was like, "Oh." So I need to message him actually. But yeah, if you like old school Sega shit, and some of the best 3D on the Nintendo 3DS, pick this up. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. I love all of the options that are in this game, such as like for Power Drift or whatever, you could play the international version or you could play the Japanese version. Um, and you can do that with like all sorts of games. Every game has its own different options or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty dope, honestly.
What'd you score it?
I think an 8 or an 8.5,
Mm.
something good.
Someone made a good point. Why would there be time constraints in the that Star Fox Super Weekend game since it's an on-rail game? So time is really not a factor. But
Well, because I mean, it sort of is because you're only playing for 5 minutes, so you're trying to get the highest score you can. I mean, you can say the
right.
same thing about Tetris, when that was in the Nintendo weekend cart
Well, I mean, Tetris you can play slow and
World
fast. Star
Championships.
Fox you can only really save time on the boss, really.
Right, but I mean, it's not about that. It's about getting the highest score you can in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. Then it was a really slow week in Nintendo World. This would have been a very weak Nintendo in 90. But Metroid Prime Federation Force delayed. That's another bit of news. So we heard that that was supposed to come out this spring, correct, Sean, in May, June?
Yes.
And it's now been delayed to August 9th in North America and September 9th in Europe, which I find extremely interesting that the European version is coming out after North America.
Ha ha.
Because if you look just at Amiibo, the Samus Amiibo sold better in Europe. suggesting there might be more Metroid fans out there, and they're getting shafted. Maybe they're more.
It sold more in that region. I don't think that's a fair. Amiibo sales overall in North America are much higher than Europe.
Yeah,
Just like Wii U sales are higher in North America, and system sales and software sales and every other sale
so why has Europe been getting everything last year, and they're getting all these cool box sets?
to drive sales.
So now they've given up on Federation Force pretty much.
No, they're just some games come out in Europe first, some games come out in North America first. This
All
is
right.
just one that's coming out in North America first because region locking.
Ugh, hate
That's
that.
that's that's the road you want to go down if you want to go down a road.
Anyway, the meat here is the delay. How do you feel about the delay?
It's interesting.
Speculate.
Well, because if it's coming out that late, and you have stuff like Pokemon, which is going to come out at the end of this year, it almost makes me wonder how the NX factors into everything
Hmm.
because you're getting. I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Second one. Um, what's left for the Wii U besides Paper Mario and Zelda Wii U that we know about? So
After
that
spring?
that that's going to kind of trickle into E3. So let me hold back. Let's hold back on that.
Hold back on what,
Discussion
sorry?
on me talking about that. So it's interesting to see these bigger releases. I'm kind of surprised because, like I've said the whole time, I don't have a problem with Metroid Prime Federation Force. I think it looks like a good, fun game. I can't imagine they're gonna do a whole hell of a lot to make it any different. So I don't know. Maybe I almost think it might be like a time thing, like because you have a lot of big JRPGs coming out for the 3DS. There's a lot of shit coming out to the 3DS. In the intermediate, so maybe they didn't want to get bogged down. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if and what kind of progress is going to be made on that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of theories that you could throw at why this was moved. It could either be a play that, so we were already noticing that 2016 was very front heavy. A lot of the games seem to have all been squished in the first half, which was uncommon because we usually kind of have a heads up of what's coming out at the end of the year. So that might have suggested that they were just trying to get everything out of the way before the NX, make room for the NX. So that kind of made sense. But then still a lot of negative outcry after the Nintendo Direct showing off Federation Force in more detail. So this could be a delay to play to that to tweak something like someone in the chat here, Monsama was saying maybe they want to put Samus playable because there's so many people complaining that they want to be Samus. Um, maybe
I
it's a
hope not.
maybe it's a development bug, and it's just really something that they needed more time to smooth out, or maybe it's a marketing play that something didn't quite work out and they need a fall release of a big title. So
Yeah,
many ways that this could be going,
there's many ways to skin a cat, and they're
especially a
all good
Nintendo cat.
because I hate cats.
Mm, some are better than others.
Nah.
And now let's get into the fun part. Let's get into some Nintendo E3 predictions. Although we already kind of know what it's going to be, but we've never had a good, thorough discussion of what we think this E3 is going to be. And, aside from the obvious NX reveal, I think that there's a lot more that can be talked about. And we can also play into, I don't know if you saw, Sean, but we have what's it called? This week, there's investor call,
Yes.
investor meeting this week, which I think we're going to see some stuff happen this week. I think we're going to get a few bombs. Because
Hopefully, God
wasn't it this
Almighty.
time wasn't it this time last year where the NX was dropped? Or was
Um,
it the previous investor one?
I think it was when they first mentioned it.
Right. So this probably plays into someone saying here, OJ saying getting NX news April 27th. This is related to the investor call. So anyway, I'm talking a lot. Sean, what do you think?
Um, I mean, more than likely, you are gonna get um some NX stuff. I don't know why. I mean, why would you make a video on it? It's like I'm gonna make a
Oh,
video.
more
I'm,
salt.
I'm gonna make a video saying the sun's gonna rise tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I mean, more than likely, you are gonna get something. NX related because you have to appease investors. That's the whole point of these investors meeting. It's not for you, it's not for me, it's for the people that invest money. So the people that invest money want to know what the hell is going on.
I
So I'm sure I feel this will be the pre E3 reveal that everyone has wanted for the NX.
I think you shouldn't hold your breath. I don't think we're going to get any NX news. I think what you're going to get is a lot of Mitomo stuff, a lot of Mitomo stroking. Mitomo's doing well. Amiibo are still selling hot. There's not going to be any news on Star Fox Zero. What were the big titles of Q1? Was there anything on Wii U?
You
Pokken,
have you have Pokken,
Twilight Princess.
um, Twilight Princess, Star Fox, and Tokyo Mirage, which is in June.
Right. Well, Star Fox was in Q2, so that they're not going to talk about that. Um, yeah, so you're gonna get a lot of Mitomo stuff, and you're gonna have, I think, the roadmap of the next apps. You're not gonna hear anything more on the NX. They're gonna say at most you're gonna get NX 2016. That's it. You're not gonna get anything on the console. They're not gonna do any big reveal with the investors of that scale because it's unheard of.
No, no, how is that unheard of? It's not going to be like a full on reveal, like, here is the Nintendo NX. It'll suck your dick dry. Like, I think you'll get some concrete information on what it is.
For example, what is concrete information? That it's a
Mm,
console or a handheld?
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, that's more than you literally know nothing right now. So anything is an improvement over nothing. So, yeah.
I think this is what it's going to be. They're going to hash out Mitomo. They're going to stroke the Mitomo and the Amiibo side, and then they're going to be like, yeah, yeah, Wii U and 3DS sales are going down, but don't worry, the NX is going to come out in 2016. It's going to fix that. And that's all it's going to be. And it's going to be we're going to reveal it later.
I don't know. They have to show something. This is an investors meeting.
Right. Personally, I would have thought that they would have shown off the NX publicly to the world last month, so that at this investor meeting they could have said like, don't worry, we know that we're losing money on the Wii U and the 3DS, but we just revealed the NX and look at all this hype. But they didn't do that, and I'm confused as to why they didn't do that. And Mitomo was launched on the very last day of the first quarter, and they did that.
Mitomo!
And they did that specifically so that they could talk about it and not look bad in their investor meeting, suggesting Mitomo was not a smooth launch on their side, that they must have cut stuff out, or that the development went longer than they wanted, that they weren't 100% confident in launching Mitomo, and they did on the very last day. So, I don't know. Remember last year we were all like, "Oh man, Nintendo's holding back some good stuff for E3 because they're clearing out all of the weak shit before E3. The E3 is going to be the best." And then we watched E3 and we were all hyped and we saw the puppets and it was exciting. And an hour later, you were drinking vodka out of the bottle.
This is true. I made a video on it.
Oh,
I need
last
to
year
make one
hurt.
for this year too. People have short memories. I'll just put the other one on unlisted. It's like, what? I never made that video last year.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see stuff this week on the NX. I'm just saying, realistically, when you look at everything like that, I'm saying I don't think we'll see anything. So sorry to be a party pooper.
I think you'll get basic information more than you have now.
You might get console handheld. You might get that definition. That's it. Which is I'll take it. I mean,
Right.
it's better than hearing about NeoGAF every friggin' week and some
It's
new
a
name
verified user.
and a
It's a
Reddit.
verified user on Reddit. They put a real email address.
Oh shit. Yeah. So E3, what do you think we're going to see at E3 this year? What would you hope or what would you like to see at E3? And what do you realistically think we'll see at E3?
I would have liked to have seen the return of booth babes. I remember it used to be a lot of hot, scantily clad chicks, and then all these fucking social justice warriors came into gaming and were like, we can't have this. This is degrading to
Take a
women.
screen cap of that right there.
Um, no, I think you'll see the NX, and I think it's going to go one of two ways. You're going to see either a slow bit of breath into the Wii U, or you're going to see the death of the Wii U. So,
Hmm.
I mean, there's no two bits about it. There's not going to be any middle ground. You're going to know after E3 whether the Wii U is dead or not. If it is dead, it's dead. You know, it had a good run. It had, I'm actually pondering a video right now that I actually haven't even talked to you about, to shoot this week on the Wii U under the assumption that it's on its last legs, because it more than likely is. And I think it'll be a pretty compelling video. Um, as far as, games and stuff, I guess you're gonna see NX games, and it, I
Hang on,
don't
before
know
we
what.
I'm going to cut you off because you're kind of going far here, but I just want to touch on the booth babes part. Although you might not get as much scantily clad, so the last two E3s I went to, I have to admit that the girls that are in the booths showing you the games, like I label them as booth babes. Sure, they're not like in bikinis, but they're still pretty attractive.
I want thongs, damn it, thongs.
They used to have a
Uh,
porno section at E3. Did you know that?
did you know? Why? It's almost like you're doing a history of E3 or something.
Don't spoil it.
I was just saying. It sounds like you were. You're probably not. You're a lazy cunt. Um, I mean, you would at least wait till your hair looks normal.
I do have
Um,
to wait for my hair to grow out.
um, yeah, I mean, now are we only talking Nintendo? Or
I
are we
think
gonna
that.
talk in general?
Well, I don't know. What do you? I okay. I don't care about the game. Go in general. Like, what will the competitor? Because look at the competitors does help shape what we think will happen with Nintendo. Because they do have to
Okay.
play in consideration of that.
Lots of dick sucking about virtual reality, which I'm nowhere near sold on. Um, the if Sony is really going through with this, they're going to show off the PlayStation Neo, and just, oh god, that's such a bad decision. Oh my god, that's such a bad decision. And I'm not saying that because I just bought a PS4. I could give a shit, but it's such a bad decision. Xbox, I think you're going to see them. I think if anyone wins E3 this year, it's going to be Sony or Nintendo. I think Xbox is in a corner right now. Microsoft is in a corner right now, and they don't know what they want to do. And I don't foresee them having a great E3. Um, and then, you're going to see a lot of Kickstarter bullshit because dumbasses
Oh my god, so much.
applauded that last year and, said this was a great idea, because they're peasants. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what you're going to see. I don't think you're going to get as many surprises overall from the other companies as you did last year. Last year there was a ton of shit. You
It
had
also,
Shenmue 3, Final Fantasy 7 remake,
mm,
all these games that still are not out. So
yeah,
what you're basically going to see is the same shit you saw last year because it's not out yet.
that, that's a good point. Not seeing as much from the competitors as we did last year. I would really say that Nintendo brought its A game 2 years ago, 2014. That was the year of Smash. Uh, then they kind of went into their corner for a bit and were like, we're just going to be quiet here. And then Xbox and PlayStation were like, bam, big reveals. And now it looks like we're kind of hitting that beat where it's like Nintendo one year, the other two the other year. This year, unless the competitors have something, and it looks like PlayStation is trying to build up some kind of hype with their Neo, this could be very well Nintendo's year because they have a lot of potential. A lot of their big game studios have been mysteriously developing stuff. Another theory that I was talking with some staff of Nintendo Enthusiast this week is um, I'm sure many have noticed Nintendo has been putting out some bad games recently. And when I say that, you just look at their scores. They're not your typical like what festival, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. That was a flop. Triforce Heroes. It's a good game, but it's not Nintendo quality. It was kind of a flop. Like they even sold it, dropped the price on it. Mario Tennis again. So it just looks like Nintendo cleared out their buffer. Like, let's just get some games out because we have to. And I suspect that they were just trying to clear their resources because they knew that they had the NX coming, and they want to go big with this. Like they've learned their mistakes, and I've learned so much from researching this video that Shawn blurted out on Nintendo's history. I think it makes a lot of sense that
Jesus
this could
Christ,
be.
these people don't know that I was actually alluding to something real.
Well, we're gonna confirm it. Might as well start building hype because this video is gonna come out in next week. Ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Gonna blow the pants off Nintendo enthusiasts. What were we? Yeah, so I think this is gonna be Nintendo's big year, and I think we're gonna see the NX reveal. It's gonna be like, here it is. It's coming this Christmas. This is the NX. This is what it does. And it's gonna show that integration with My Nintendo. They're gonna blurt that out because there hasn't been a big marketing push for My Nintendo. Then you're gonna see more apps. It's probably gonna be more low key, but still, you're gonna see a little bit more apps, maybe 2 to 3, because they said that there'd be 5 this year, if I remember right. So you're
Hmm.
going to see a big push on that and how the apps integrate into My Nintendo and how they integrate into the NX. And then there's going to be like, don't worry, Wii U fans, we've still got a little trickle to keep you happy for the rest of the year, but it won't be anything mind blowing. So don't. Other than Zelda, Zelda is going to be everywhere. I expect you're going to get the Zelda lanyards at every attendee in E3. There's probably going to be some kind of announcement in the next 2 weeks with the last 2 years we saw Nintendo do these kind of these E3 hype videos, right? We had the Reginator the one year. Last year was what was it? Last year was the World Championship. I think we're going to see something like that because it worked. It worked. It was great marketing for them, and they'd be stupid not to do it again.
Hmm.
So I think we're going to see that in either this week or the following week, right after the investor meeting, and that's going to announce what Nintendo's going to do on their special day. Because I think they're either going to bring the World Championship back or they're going to do a special Zelda themed thing. Maybe it'll be the Zelda champ. I don't. I really don't know. You think we're gonna see that?
Yeah, they'll have to do something because that's what makes them stand out. Playing off of nostalgia and viewers' emotions.
Can't wait to see the Star Fox Zero hate wagon move on to Zelda. You think that Zelda's actually gonna get hate?
Oh, fucking Zelda.
So are we gonna see some surprise Smash DLC? I think Smash is done. I don't think we're gonna. I think they're done milking that cow. Um, at best, if they do release the NX and the lineup, which again this would be great too. Here's the NX, bam. Here's 12 titles at launch, and I think that's a very real possibility. They've already teased Pikmin 4. There's rumors of Splatoon, Mario Kart, uh, Smash all getting remastered for the NX at launch. If they remaster that and then they launch the other IPs like a new Donkey Kong, a new Metroid, a new Mario, bam, all at launch, like it'll be the best lineup ever in the history of Nintendo launches.
I
And
agree.
and then it'll be like, oh yeah, third party support too, because we finally learned after whatever 10 plus years, and then it's gonna be like everybody's gonna be crying. They're gonna be like, oh my god, Nintendo's back. Or we're gonna be drinking out of the vodka bottle again an hour after, and that'll be very, very sad. Because I don't
I
think,
have
yeah,
I have my fifth ready.
you're what?
My fifth vodka.
Well, um, because I think if Nintendo screws up this year, it could put them in a very, very bad position for the next 5 years. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, wait, if Nintendo has a bad E3, it's going to impact them for 5 years
Three to 5 years. Yeah.
based off of one E3.
Assuming the NX details are announced at this E3.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know, that's a weird thing to say. Like,
Well,
if they have a bad E3, they're going to have 5 years bad luck.
I'm correlating this year's E3 to the NX launch. I'm basically saying if the NX launches poorly or if the NX is a dud, they're going to be hurting really bad for the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they can't afford that.
Right. All right. So any other questions on you? So again, we do want to wrap this up by 9 on the dot so that everyone can get to Game of Thrones watching. Sean, any other topics on Nintendo at E3, or do you want to get into the lightning round?
We can get into the lightning round.
Lightning us up. That's you, by the way.
I don't know. Wait for the questions to come in, bro.
All right. But you didn't even do the intro.
All right, so this is the lightning round. I did. It's all these people are fucking talking to me on Facebook.
Leave them alone.
Uh,
It's not Facebook time right now. It's Class vs. Crass time.
it's important stuff. So this is a lightning round where you ask questions and we answer. We have 13 minutes to talk.
Right. So ask your questions, ask your topics, make Sean talk because he's half distracted right now. So you could probably get him to say anything.
Shut up.
Nate the Great, welcome to the chat. or one mod. Um, what were you all pent up about? You teased that being cranky about something earlier.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh, it's not Nintendo related?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, here we go.
Fucking virtual console shit.
What? Oh, yeah.
I didn't even talk about that. I'm just gonna make it a video.
Do
Fuck it.
it. Lay it on.
No, I'm gonna make it a video.
Make the video after. These are the loyal Nintendo enthusiasts right here.
All right, so RGT 85 just hit 6,000 subs, and I wanted to do a 6,000 sub live stream. So I thought, what's a perfect way? What's a perfect game to play right now? Star Fox is hot. Let me play Star Fox 64. Sure, I own the cartridge, but it's a pain in the ass to stream on N64 shit. I'll just download it on my Wii U. Lo and fucking behold, it's not on the Wii U Virtual Console because that makes all the sense in the world. Because it's not like Star Fox Zero just came out and you want to develop hype for the game. It's not like it's on the Wii U Virtual Console in Europe. No, it's not like that at all. Then I think to myself, no big deal. I'll just download the original Star Fox on Super Nintendo. Well, looky fucking there. It's not on there either. Why in the hell are two of the biggest Nintendo games of the 90s not on the Virtual Console? The Virtual Console is a phenomenal way to put games out, and you're not doing it. Why are you not doing it? Why are there stupid games on there? Why are there 5 fucking Mega Man Game Boy Advance games that nobody gives a shit about on
Hey,
the service, but Nintendo can't put out their own stupid games that are legendary and timeless?
you have Star Fox Command, sir.
Shut up!
Did you download it? Did you play it?
Star Fox Command?
Yep.
Yeah. I owned it originally. I owned it on the Virtual Console as well. It's not a bad game, but I'm not going to stream it. It's not a fun looking game.
Okay, fair enough. Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay,
But then I go into other things that I'll go into in the video if I
okay.
make it.
So that was a teaser, see? Get a little preview, and then we get the full meal. It's all good. Have you been smoking the whole hour? Like I haven't seen you put a cigarette down this episode.
I know it's only my third one.
Okay, okay. All right, so let's get some questions here. I think we missed it. Chat went up. Where are we at? What games do you think will be remastered at the NX launch? My call, Splatoon, Smash, Mario Kart 8
For what?
for NX launch. What would be
No,
remastered?
that please nothing. I own those games on the Wii U. I don't need them again.
It's not for you. It's for the other people that didn't buy the Wii U.
Well, that's too damn bad.
All right. How many memes will we see at E3? Over, under 2?
Over.
Over for sure. Would you like the NX to be 4K?
No, 4K gaming isn't here yet. PCs have enough problem with it. If you get a 4K gaming machine, it'd be like $1,000.
I missed the beginning of the stream, but did you get any more PS4 games, Sean?
Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, one of the best games I've ever played.
Do you think Mighty Number 9 is the next Duke Nukem?
Yes, I do.
Nintendo needs some heavy hitter third-party support like Bethesda, BioWare, etc. It would help them a
Yes.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you feel if Shinan made an indie NX exclusive game?
Um, that'd be cool.
Be good. I don't think it's necessary, but it'd be cool. They've done quite a few exclusives already. So,
Yeah, I mean, Sheehan is pretty much a Nintendo fan because they make money off of Nintendo products.
right. Do you think Nintendo will make a Pokemon line of amiibo? If they love money.
Yeah.
What is your favorite game? No, that's not related. That's also not related. Do you think Nintendo will have Shovel Knight 2 be an NX exclusive?
No.
I don't think Yacht Club Game is even ready to talk about Shovel Knight 2 yet. They have quite a few years of DLC in their buffer. Would you like a 3D Mario 64 style Kirby game for the NX or the Kirby Dark Souls crossover?
What? What are you smoking?
Like in Dark Souls, you kill things and you absorb their power or their souls.
No. But the crossover?
Would you want a Mario 64 style Kirby game or a Kirby Dark Souls crossover?
Mario 64. style Kirby game, I guess.
All
It's
right.
just it's weird. That's a weird thing.
Sean Long Gone Wild Triple X. That's when you were ranting. All right. Catching up on questions. Okay, it looks like I'm all caught up.
All
What are your
right.
thoughts on Nintendo's anime short Star Fox Zero: The Battle Begins? We did spend a segment on that. It's awesome. Sean thought it was for 12-year-olds until I made him watch it, but it's good. Jason and Sean, what do you think about Game Freak and Nintendo baiting and killing the hype for Pokemon Sun and Moon?
I don't think they did.
Did they? Why do you think they bait and killed the hype? Mr. Conorus Rule. I mean, I think it was a nice tease. It set it up at the beginning of the year for their what are we at now? 25th anniversary or third? Yeah, 25th. I don't think they killed the hype. I think it's all in our minds now. We're kind of waiting for something. Would you buy a 1080 Avalanche Wave Race Blue Storm combo remastered for NX?
Um, no, I don't want remasters.
All right. Definitive edition of Tomb Raider is a remaster, by the way. Let's see how well it works for someone who hasn't played the game before. Um, by the way, if you want a good wave race
A
like
remaster of
game,
what? The 360 version?
Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Well, it came
Yeah.
out on PS3 and Xbox 360 originally, and then they remastered it like 6 months later, and they just like upped the graphics and stuff. Where does Star Fox as a franchise go from here? More of what was introduced in Zero. I think Zero was, they gave more R-Wing, they expanded the world and the playstyle, just more of that. More multiplayer, bigger levels, keep it 80% R-Wing, 20% other vehicles, and you just keep putting more. And okay, I guess I don't know. Nah, controls are fine. Leave it how it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Will we see Mighty Number 9 on the NX? I think nobody's going to care about Mighty Number 9 after it finally
I,
comes out.
I don't even want to see Mighty Number 9 on anything.
Yeah.
Did little Connor make a real comment?
He's been
Someone's he's been trying to behave.
he's been nice.
Jeremy's about to pass him in subs, and he's trying to build his channel out. Shout out to 64-bit for life. If you like little kids talking about video
I
games,
don't think Connor deserves all the hate you give him. He's a good
oh
coming YouTuber.
oh my
Keep
god!
keep it up,
If
Connor.
you if
You're good.
you knew the real Connor, you would. Okay. Do you think Zelda would be an NX exclusive or released to both NX and Wii U? It will not be an NX exclusive. It'll come out on both if it comes out on both, which I think it will come out on both now. But
Yep. I don't know where you picked that question, so I kind of lost my trail of questions.
buy Mile High Game Hunters. They're a good channel too. Make sure you check them out.
What price point do you think NX will launch at, and do you think it will be competitive in the specs department?
$3 and yes.
Agreed. Nate wanted his 2 cents on Star Fox Zero. He's played it a bit, and it's ridiculously fun. Welcome to the club, Nate. And we skipped Lucas's question twice. So what is it? Because I think I missed it completely. I don't know where it is. Just ask it again. Sorry about that, Lucas. Which Bandai Namco game do you want to see on NX?
Tekken.
Yeah, that's a good one. You got this one.
Do you think we're gonna see Splatoon 2 on NX first years? I
Hmm.
would say within the first 2 years.
Yeah, seeing a new Splatoon game would be really good to see. Can you guys get Andre from Game Explain so we can roast him? I need to talk with the Game Explain guys. Like I don't even know them on a personal level. I'm curious to see what kind of people they are.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
I'll do that, and I'll introduce them to you, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, if I have to. I guess I could just be like when I meet people and I know I don't like them, I'm like, oh hey, how are you? Nice to
Do you do
meet
the
you,
weak
man.
handshake, the dead fish handshake?
Oh no. I grip to death.
Okay. Um, Connor's a good kid, kinda. His videos are funny. I did like his video of Nintendo and 45 being canceled. I laughed.
That was funny. He needs to do more stuff with his dad. His dad's more entertaining than he is. All right, you got 2 minutes because we're ending sharp at 9.
Yep. So did we yell at the Polygon reviewer yet? We have not, Nate. That's a good point. I went on a little rant on Twitter about that. Oh man, that's such a good topic. I can't believe we missed it. Did you see the whole like little drama bitch fest that they put up on Polygon last week?
No, no,
So
I hate Polygon.
I know you do, but this reviewer in quotation, was supposed to review Star Fox Zero, doesn't like motion controls, so I don't even know why he did it. Played the game for about an hour or so, I don't know, made it halfway into the game, wrote a whole article bitching about it, ended it with, "This is not a review. I will not be playing Star Fox Zero," and pretty much just walked away from the game.
So did they ever review it?
No, they didn't. That is their review. That is their review.
Oh my god.
Like, what is that?
Oh,
These
that's
are,
great.
I don't know why they are the top sites in the gaming industry because it's an absolute embarrassment to the rest of us. Like that'd be like you reviewing Flappin' Zagetta and just being like, "This game sucks. I'm not gonna like," and you're gonna write a whole freaking article about why it's bad and not even finish it off with a score. You're just gonna, oh God, I hate. I was kind of indifferent with Polygon before this little fiasco, but my God, are they little drama queens?
They're bitches.
Yeah,
Quote me. I don't give a shit.
we can get you guys
Um,
on Drama Alert for Game Explain versus Nintendo Enthusiasts. What's Drama Alert? Is this a show?
okay. How the fuck do you not know about Drama Alert? It's like the YouTube drama people with like 1.5 million subscribers. It's that Keemstar guy. Hey, it's Keemstar with the latest Drama Alert.
He's still around?
Yes, he's huge.
Oh, well, what do I know?
All right, 9 o'clock. We gotta wrap this up.
All right. Do you even watch Game of Thrones?
Fuck no.
No. And I'm too cheap to have an HBO subscription. But we're doing this for you guys. So, anyways, thanks for joining us on this week's Class vs. Crass Nintendo podcast. We're going to be right back here next week on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, this is what you have to look forward to from us over the week. Sean, what do you got coming out?
I'll have at least one video that I'm working on. I might have two. I might go deeper into my virtual console stuff, but at the very least, I have something I'm working on that's Wii U related. That's kind of, I guess, thought provoking or something that you had know nothing about, which I like because I like to leave you in the dark. And yeah, I still have to do that paranautical activity review, but I wanted to get the Sega 3D Classics one out first because there wasn't that many reviews on it. So I'm gonna have paranautical activity, news, whatever the hell I feel like doing on Retro Gaming Tube 85. Thank you for over 6,000 subscribers in just 11 months. That's awesome. Thank you. Um, yeah.
You're
So
done?
yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. If you've over the years managed to get onto my personal channel, Jason Lapine channel, there's actually a new video coming out on my little series Monday and Monday tomorrow. That's a video with a very stupid punchline, but hey, it entertains some people, including myself.
And
Uh,
I make a
oh
cameo, so
yeah,
that's why.
Sean makes a cameo in it, so do check it out. He does sing us a nice little song in that video. What else we got this week? I don't think we have much. We just have an infographic video that came out today to lukewarm reception. Poor Eli.
It's his
Um,
voice and his mic. He needs a new voice and a
it's
new
more the
mic.
sentencing that was being hated on, but we got that content. We might have some surprise content. I'm working on a big one, which is why you're seeing like 7 lights back here on a green screen. This is going to be a huge series of like 60 minutes of me talking. Sounds worse than it is, but it's going to have a lot of fun facts in it. That's coming out not this week, hopefully next week. Um, and I think that's it. So we'll see you guys next week. Until then, keep it classy, or as Sean would always say.
Keep it crassy.
And are we doing another duet kind of song? Well, I never sang with you, but
Ass and titties. Ass and
oh,
titties.
fuck off.
Ass and titties. And big booty bitches. Ha!
Yeah, no,
Did you end it?
almost.